This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 5:59 on Thursday, February 22nd. It is Friday, Junior. We are almost there. Let's check in right away on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. And Tiffany, it's been nice and sunny these past couple of days, and I hope we get more sun.
We are. We're going to get much more sun today and tomorrow, and as we head into the weekend, Jessica, all thanks to high pressure. All is quiet this morning. Visibility is looking pretty good as we take a live look out of our Dust Devil sky cam. Official sunrise 6:49 this morning, and I want to show you our satellite imagery. The white areas indicating where we do have clouds, and there's not many out there, so we're mainly clear this morning. And that should give a lot of you the opportunity to check out Venus and Mars, which are going to be clustered very close to one another in the southeast sky this morning. So the time to check that out is now through around 6:30 before the sun starts to brighten up the sky and it's harder to see. So check that out if you can this morning now for the next 30 minutes or so. And be sure to bundle up if you're heading outside. Temperatures are in the 30s, a little bit colder across the Yakima Valley this morning where we are below freezing. So as you head out for your morning commute, grab the sunglasses. You can finally leave that umbrella at home. Temperatures in the 30s this morning, and then temperatures dropping into the lower 50s by the time you're heading home from work. We are looking at a really nice weekend ahead. We'll have that full forecast coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. One person was detained at an active SWAT scene in Richland yesterday evening. Around 4 p.m., SWAT was called to two separate locations in the 2900 block of West Arrowhead Avenue. Multiple agencies assisted in trying to get the suspects out of the houses peacefully by using a PA system. One woman was detained and handcuffed at the scene on Arrowhead Avenue, and it's unknown if the suspect with the second scene was detained or arrested. However, an SUV from the second scene was towed away. It's also unknown at this time the cause of the standoff or if anybody was injured. And in Yakima, the ACLU has sent a letter to the Yakima City Council telling them they cannot have a strong mayor form of government. This is due to a previous ruling by a federal court judge. However, Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell spoke to the mayor, who says it's not something they're even considering and that this all stems from another media outlet's reporting last month.
Yakima Mayor Patricia Byers says they've had debates over the years about a strong mayor form of government, but it's not been on the agenda recently. She says despite that, council members all received an email from a reporter at another media organization last month.
Asked different incoming council or council, hey, what do you think about this? But nobody said, hey, I think we need to do this.
Despite that, Byers says the reporting was enough to prompt a concerning letter from the ACLU.
I felt that it slanted it in a way that made it seem like maybe we were seriously going to do this. And really we aren't.
But ACLU officials say whether it's something they're considering right now or not, they wanted to make sure newly elected council members understood the history behind why it wouldn't be a good idea. The city used to have a system where the council was elected at large, meaning every resident cast a vote for every council member, regardless of whether they lived in that district or not.
That's really the problem with at-large systems, is that they really swamp the desires of people who don't have enough votes to win a majority at-large seat.
A federal judge ruled the city's at-large system violated the Voting Rights Act because it diluted the votes of Latinx residents who, despite making up a third of the voting population, had been unable to elect a council member of their choice for decades.
Imagine if Seattle was choosing Yakima County's representatives in the legislature, the Congress, all of those things, right?
Now, only the people who live in a council member's district can vote for them. Additionally, the ACLU says the federal judge previously refused to consider a system with both at-large and district positions. And since a strong mayor would be elected at-large,
our belief is this is just the same proposal for a mixed at-large hybrid system with a different name. This disturbs the really careful balance that the district court was using and violates the order.
The ACLU says if the council were to attempt a shift to the strong mayor system in the future, they would take legal action quickly to prevent it. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And the mayor says since there is no proposal under consideration, the ACLU will not have to take any action. And Police Chief Robert Lehman will be the interim Sunnyside City Manager for the next several months after a vote from the City Council. The council voted to fire former City Manager Elizabeth Alba without cause in a heated council meeting earlier this month. With Lehman's appointment, the next step is to find a consulting firm to begin the process of recruiting a new city manager. There are two different proposals at this time, one at $18,500 for a 12-week search and another at $18,000 for a 45-day search.
There was a total of 5 agencies that I reached out to. We have 2 responses. We're waiting on 2, and 1 agency is not taking any additional recruitments at this time.
They are waiting to hear back from those agencies and will be weighing which one to pick at their next meeting. In Oregon, the family of the restaurant owner who died after a robbery and assault at her Milton Freewater business has established a crowd-raising effort to help pay for funeral costs. Shu-Yi Wu died Monday after undergoing several hours of brain surgery. Wu owned the Red Tea Garden in Milton Freewater, where she tried to stop the person who had stolen the drawer of the cash register. She was pushed to the ground and hit her head, which resulted in severe injuries. That person has not yet been caught. Wu was 56 years old and leaves behind 3 children and her husband. If you would like to leave a message for the family or donate to the funeral expenses, we have a link to the GoFundMe on all of our social media accounts, as well as our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, there's been an emphasis out in Richland on turning the area into a heart-safe region, and another step was taken towards that yesterday. We'll tell you how they plan to do it, one AED at a time. And looking outside, it's getting a little lighter out there and temperature is now 35 degrees. We'll be back with more headlines right after this.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. All roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
What's bothering Archie?
Politics. What the Supreme Court says ain't got nothing to do with the law.
Dog cat.
Goldfish. Come on now, I draw the line on goldfish.
All in the Family, Sunday night at 8 on MeTV for Yakima and the Tri-Cities.
There's never been a better time to switch to Spectrum. Spectrum Internet offers speed and reliability, while advanced Wi-Fi gives you best-in-class security for all your connected devices. And Spectrum Mobile delivers unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G included. Switch now and get Spectrum Internet for $49.99, plus advanced Wi-Fi and 1 Spectrum Mobile Unlimited line free for 12 months. Start saving today. Visit Spectrum.com, a Spectrum store, or scan to call now.
Meet David Silva of Athena, Oregon, an Apple Valley News Now viewer and Stacey Lee fan.
Stacey Lee covers the whole Columbia Basin, not just Tri-Cities and Yakima.
Stacey Lee, First Alert Weather from Apple Valley News Now.
She's there for all of us.
On your side.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency?
Let's go, let's go! That's it! Go back, go back, go back!
I'm right here with you.
Next live, Cynthia Nixon. Plus, Kelly and Mark are heading to Las Vegas,
where the lights always shine.
And the prime rib is for breakfast.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
February is Heart Health Awareness Month. To keep your heart fit, make sure you have regular checkups. Get more at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care.
This newscast sponsored by Mariano Morales Law.
Welcome back. In your health news, you have to act fast whenever someone is experiencing a cardiac emergency because every minute counts. Well, now Badger Mountain in Richland has some life-saving equipment that could help keep the city heart safe. Apple Valley News Now's Monique Ledesma has more details.
AD means Automated External Defibrillator, and Richland Fire and EMS added 2 devices to Badger Mountain, One was placed at the bottom of the mountain and the other at the top. They are available to the public to use 24 hours a day. Fire Captain Josh Smith says saving someone from a cardiac arrest makes having an available AED vital.
So in out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, the research and science tells us that if an AED can be placed within 4 minutes of that person going into cardiac arrest, that AED can shock that fatal rhythm into a perfusing, life-saving rhythm.
One of the best things about an AED means you don't have to be formally trained. Anyone can use it and it can only help.
Some people think they can hurt somebody or incorrectly use an AED, when really it's almost impossible to incorrectly use an AED.
While at the event today, Smith and other officials were showing people how to use the AED, and I took the opportunity to learn.
First thing you do is turn it on.
Unit, okay.
So the machine itself
Shock advised.
Yep.
Don't
so right
touch
now,
patient.
it analyzes
Press
the heart.
flashing shock button.
When the heart is shaking, it needs to be shocked. Now it's ready to shock. Go and press the shock button.
Don't touch. Shock delivered. Start CPR.
So now, they'll start CPR in the center of the chest at that rate.
Because of devices like AEDs made available, the Tri-Cities region is leading the way in cardiac survival rates. But Richland Fire says the department wants to raise that percentage.
You know, I couldn't tell you exactly how many saves we have by a bystander AED, but what I can tell you is that, you know, on an average, we have about 60, give or take, cardiac arrests here in the city of Richland every year. And last year, our survival rate was 14%. Now, that may sound pretty low, but in reality, 14% is a leading percentage of cardiac arrest survival throughout the nation. However, that could be much higher if we place these tools into the hands of bystanders out there that are able to use them.
Friends of Badger Mountain President Bob Bass says the installation of the AEDs is necessary for the safety of hikers.
Well, you know, we've had some situations where, unfortunately, we have lost people that have gone up the mountains that have had heart conditions and didn't make it down. So we don't want to see that. You know, no one wants to see that. So with the addition of these AEDs, it just increases the probability of survival.
Bass tells me that he's a hiker himself and he feels more secure knowing that the AED's now available at the mountain because you never know when an emergency could happen.
It means a lot to me that when I'm hiking up there that, you know, if anything happened to me or a family member, that equipment is there that could make a difference in whether one survives or not.
Captain Smith also says that in 2024, they're looking for other locations to install 2 more AEDs. In Richland, Monique Ledesma, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Monique. And Captain Smith says if you are not confident in using an AED or performing CPR, there are free training classes, and you can find a link to sign up on our website. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we'll be joined by reporter Riley Fitzgerald, who got the chance to speak with the Pasco School District Superintendent about what's coming up this school year and how she's preparing for the opening of 2 more high schools. And looking outside, temperature is 35 degrees. It's getting brighter and lighter. Sunrise is at 6:49 this morning. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have your first alert full forecast. That is coming up next.
Stan, you're right. The only thing better than video games
are virtual reality video games.
Especially when you're in a player versus player battle arena.
And you're right about Hollowgate being another fun thing you could do at Triple Play.
Yes, I win another round.
That makes Roy 9, Stan 3.
Epic comeback incoming.
Triple Play has fun attractions for everyone, including bowling, ropes course, and many more, all attached to a cozy hotel.
If I wasn't too big to fit in there, I'd whoop them both.
Are you looking for a bank that has traditional values and modern solutions? Are you looking for a bank that is member-owned? Are you looking for a bank that leaves a lasting impact on the community? I've got news for you. You're not looking for a bank. Belong to something better. Join Hapo Community Credit Union, where you are more than just a member. Visit hapo.org to join today. Where do you credit union?
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Austria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
Comfort is always in style at More Furniture, and right now you can double it. This plush dual power recliner is only $299, or add a second for a total of $499. Kick back and relax with great savings, and you'll also get fast free shipping. The perfect addition to your living room is at More Furniture when you double up with 2 recliners for $499. Visit morefurniture.com for these and more incredible values.
It's a most unusual museum.
Just as wonderful as the inside is the views you can get from the outside.
High on a hill over the Columbia Gorge.
What I really love about it is the people who come.
Fly the Northwest over the Maryhill Museum. Apple Valley News Now at 6, Tuesday.
Next ET, Zendaya takes her style tour de force to Seoul, South Korea.
I feel incredibly lucky.
Plus,
hi, I'm Raven Simone, and this is my ET retrospective.
Next ET.
Tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
PAR, family owned since 1930. Go where the builders go.
What are you going to build?
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're starting off dry this morning. We are fog free as of right now, and the sun is going to appear above the horizon at exactly 6:49. So that's getting earlier and earlier, just over a half an hour away. So the sky getting a little bit brighter this morning, but we don't have any fog developing across the region. There's still a little bit of a potential for that, but I think we're going to be doing much better than the past couple of days, especially along the foothills of the Blues. We do have fog in Ellensburg. That is where a dense fog advisory is in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. So if your travels take you in that direction, just be aware of that and be alert for changing visibility. Our satellite imagery showing that we're looking at mainly clear skies. There's more clouds designated by the white areas along the Cascades. We have a couple of clouds from Toppenish down to the south and east, just to the west of Hermiston and Prosser. But I think this morning is a good candidate if you want to check out 2 planets in the morning sky. You'll want to get outside between now and 6:30 before the sky gets brighter and brighter. It'll be tougher to see. But Venus and Mars are clustered very close to one another. You want to look across the southeast sky between now and 6:30. And Venus is going to be the brighter planet. It's actually the brightest planet in our sky. Mars is going to be much dimmer. And if you don't get to check it out this morning, I think you'll be able to catch it tomorrow morning and possibly even Saturday morning as well. It is cold out there. Temperatures continue to drop with that mainly clear sky. We're down to 35 now in the Tri-Cities, 38 Walla Walla, 35 in Pendleton, 34 at Hanford, and 29 degrees now in Yakima. So temperatures continue to drop, and that'll probably be the case until the sun rises. Here's the weather pattern. Today, we're going to see some changes, some good changes. A ridge of high pressure will build in the upper levels of the atmosphere across the Pacific Northwest, keeping us high and dry. It actually strengthens a little bit more tomorrow, so we'll see more sunshine and we'll keep it on the mild side. Now, this high pressure will start to move southward and weaken a little bit Saturday as we watch another storm system move across Canada, but we're still going to be mild and dry on Saturday. Now, Sunday, that's when we'll really start to feel the effects of some of those changes. But today, we don't have to worry about that. We'll start off with a few clouds this morning, plenty of sunshine this afternoon, some clouds here and there, but temperatures will be rising back into the middle 50s. So very similar to what it felt like yesterday in the Tri-Cities today. 52 in Prosser, 54 Hermiston, 52 in Walla Walla, so a little bit milder along the foothills of the Blues, where we will stay dry today, unlike the past couple of days. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures fall back into the low and middle 30s. Another chilly night ahead. And tomorrow, we will be looking at temperatures back into the 50s. Now, I do want to talk more about the full moon coming up. This will be Friday night, early Saturday morning. It's called the snow moon. That's February's full moon. It'll appear full tomorrow night, and it'll be exactly full early Saturday morning, that is. So not only can you see the planets in the morning, you should be able to see the full moon as well. Tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures climbing into the low and middle 50s. So your 7-day forecast showing that we warm it up even more this weekend. Sunday will be a windy day, more clouds, and we'll have the chance for some rain showers moving in Sunday night into Monday. Yakima 50 today, low and middle 50s this weekend. Chance for a couple of rain, snow showers late Sunday night into the day on Monday. So most of your Sunday is dry everywhere. It will be a windy Sunday. Temperatures climbing into the middle 50s this weekend, while upper 50s in Hermiston, with those rain snow chances going up Sunday night into Monday. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. In education news, this week the Tri-Cities Hispanic Chamber of Commerce held a networking event for Tri-Cities school districts to talk about their plans and goals for the year. Riley Fitzgerald joins us live now in studio. Good morning, Riley. So we talked about Kennewick School District yesterday. So what are the other school districts up to?
Good morning, Jessica. The State of the School District happened earlier this week, where superintendents from the Kennewick, Richland, and Pasco school districts all met to talk about things going on in their school districts. I talked with Pasco School District Superintendent Michelle Whitney about new high schools opening up next fall and some other programs PSD is talking about right now.
So our tagline is, we are Pasco, and that's how we do it.
The Pasco School District's bond passed just more than a year ago, and construction is well underway for the two newest high schools coming to the Tri-Cities. One comprehensive high school and another small innovative high school. The comprehensive high school had a name, but the community reached out and asked the school board to reconsider.
A name is just a name, but it's really the identity that you build around the name that builds culture. So they wanted to see some branding packages for each of the names that were in the finalists. So we did that, and based on those, and then we sent those back out into the community for some additional feedback. And through that process, Sageview by far was the front runner.
The school board took final action to name Sageview High School after last Tuesday's board meeting, following more than 5,500 community members putting in their feedback. Superintendent Whitney says the bond to build these new high schools passed at 60.91%, and the school district wanted to do something to memorialize the community who supported the efforts for a new high school.
The address to our new school will be 6091 as a way to, and I want to thank you, Assistant Superintendent Raul Satal, for working with the city to make that happen for us.
Superintendent Whitney says almost 35% of students in the Pasco School District are English learners. And Pasco has the largest dual language program in the state of Washington.
We are a diverse community, and I think it is what makes Pasco so special. It's like this amazing tapestry of people from all different backgrounds, and as a public school system, then it's important for us to be looking at each individual and what they need out of our system.
The program goes both ways, both Spanish-speaking students learning English and English-speaking students learning Spanish.
Any student in our district who wants to start the journey to be bilingual can start that journey in kindergarten and be supported in learning language K-12.
According to the school district, there are 182 dual language classrooms in the Pasco School District right now. 8 years ago, it was only in 2 elementary schools, but now it's in all of them but 1. School boundaries are now on the agenda for the school district. This is where PSD wants your input. Find that on our website. And we've had a lot of coverage on these topics, especially the 2 new high schools, and you can find it under the Education tab at applevalleynewsnow.com. Tomorrow on Good Morning Northwest, we hear from Dr. Shelley Ruttinger about the Richland School District and projects on the way with those more programs. In studio, I'm Riley Fitzgerald. Jessica, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Riley. And President Joe Biden has canceled another $1.2 billion of student loan debt. The latest round of relief impacts nearly 153,000 borrowers who are enrolled in a new repayment plan the administration launched in August. The Saving on a Valuable Education Plan, or SAVE, erases remaining federal student loan balances for those who originally borrowed $12,000 or less and have made payments for at least 10 years.
When people in student debt relief, they buy homes, they start businesses, they contribute, they engage in the community in ways they weren't able to before. It actually grows the economy. It grows the economy.
Since taking office, Biden has canceled nearly $138 billion of federal student loan debt for nearly 4 million borrowers. When we return on Good Morning Northwest, Alabama's largest hospital has now paused in vitro fertilization treatments as providers and patients across the state scramble to assess the impact of a court ruling that said frozen embryos are the legal equivalent of children.
Right now at US Cellular, you can get a new phone without having to trade in your old one.
Trade you my PB&J for that phone.
No, kid, you don't have to trade. See? $830 off any phone at US Cellular. No trade-in needed.
Boom. Chocolate milk.
I'll take the chocolate milk.
US Cellular, built for us.
Driving with the windows down. Yeah. Tubing in the river. Ice cream you have to race to eat before it melts. Hang in there. Warmer weather is coming. And in the meantime, our entire team at McCurley will be here to make sure you find the right vehicle for your journey, because it's your way home and out of the cold.
Drive into the new year in a 2024 Mazda CX-30 with 0% financing from McCurley Mazda.
We're keeping our holiday sale rolling at More Furniture, and it's your chance to save big this weekend only. For 48 exclusive hours, you'll get special interest-free financing until 2026 with no money down, plus free white glove delivery, and we'll pay your sales tax. Savings like this won't last, so visit your local showroom today, only at More Furniture for less.
Prosser Memorial Health has received a 5-star rating from the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Prosser Memorial Health is one of just 483 hospitals nationwide to receive their highest rating, and the only critical access hospital in the state of Washington. For more than 75 years, Prosser Memorial Health has provided high-quality and compassionate care to our communities served. It's our privilege, and we look forward to bringing you a new hospital in 2025. This is how we care.
Here are some frequently asked questions we get about Dial-A-Ride services. Is Dial-A-Ride going away? No, it is not. All Dial-A-Ride services to Tri-Cities, Benton City, and Prosser is exactly the same. Are drivers being laid off? No. If you qualify for Dial-A-Ride or want to find out if you qualify for Dial-A-Ride services, call 509-735-0160 or visit bft.org to learn more.
Want to test drive U.S. Cellular's network free for 30 days?
Here we go.
Hey, I wonder if U.S. Cellular lets me stream in my rec room. Yep, it's working.
Test drive U.S. Cellular's award-winning network free for 30 days.
E.T. and Extra, tonight at 7 on Apple Valley News Now.
Extra, extra. Welcome back. Across America, new reaction this morning to Alabama becoming the first state in the country to rule embryos are people. Now, one of the largest hospitals in the state has stopped IVF fertility treatments. ABC's Perry Russum has more.
Gabby and Spencer Goidel are trying to have a child after 3 miscarriages. Gabby was approved to start her IVF medications in Alabama just days ago.
We started thinking about what we would do if our clinic shut down.
It just injected so much uncertainty and anxiety.
Their uncertainty stemming from an unprecedented decision by the Alabama Supreme Court ruling frozen embryos are the legal equivalent of children, and destroying them could be considered a crime. The Alabama decision is tied to wrongful death cases where frozen embryos were accidentally destroyed at a fertility clinic. The White House saying this type of chaos was expected when the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade.
To say that every single embryo is a child is just factually incorrect, flies in the face of science.
With in vitro fertilization, families can freeze multiple embryos, bettering their chances of having a child.
We know that there are hundreds of thousands of embryos that are discarded through the IVF process, killed and lost. And as pro-lifers, we believe that that's an unethical treatment of human life.
In a statement, a spokesperson for the Medical Association of Alabama writes the ruling will likely lead to fewer babies. Gabby and Spencer say their clinic in Alabama will continue their treatment for now.
They view protecting embryos as important, but what about our chance of having a family? Shouldn't that be protected as well?
A number of Americans are dealing with cellular outages on AT&T, Cricket, Wireless, Verizon, T-Mobile, and other service providers. According to data from Down Detector, AT&T had more than 64,000 outages this morning, beginning at approximately 12:30. And so far, no reason has been given for the outages. Representatives for AT&T, Verizon, and Cricket were not immediately available to comment. And coming up on Good Morning Northwest, U.S. officials are warning citizens to stay out of Russia as a California woman faces up to 20 years in prison, or she may be used as a bargaining chip. President Biden is considering taking executive action to bar migrants from seeking asylum if they cross into the U.S. illegally.
It is Heart Health Awareness Month. Heart attack symptoms may include chest pain, heartburn, or dizziness. See AppleValleyNewsNow.com for more information.
Proudly sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health, your 5-star rated hospital. This is how we care.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let Eminent Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Whether you're cruising through city streets or conquering rugged terrain, our Ford vehicles are built for every adventure. Navigate off the beaten path with our rugged Ford SUVs, designed to tackle any terrain. Explore the great outdoors from winding mountain trails to serene forest paths in a Ford built for adventure. And for those who crave power and precision, our Ford trucks are ready to take on the toughest challenges. Come see us today and feel the power of Pingree.
Want free college or career training? It's possible.
During the President's Sale at Sleep More Inside More Furniture, you'll find amazing savings on luxury mattress brands like Tempur-Pedic. Upgrade your entire sleep experience and take 60 months to pay with special interest-free financing and no down payment. You'll also get free white glove delivery of your new mattress, and for a limited time, get a free queen bed with your Tempur-Pedic mattress purchase. Hurry into Sleep More for incredible President's Sale offers.
Do you experience persistent hand pain, numbness, or discomfort? Prosser Memorial Health board-certified orthopedic surgeon Dr. Sam Strebel specializes in advanced procedures including endoscopic carpal tunnel release and trigger finger release. Relieve hand discomfort with expert care and call Prosser Orthopedic Center today at 509-786-5599 to schedule an appointment. This is how we care.
Looking for a car with more room for adventure? Make your presence known when you drive away in a new 2024 Kia Sportage LX with all-wheel drive from Overturf Kia. Now only $29,999. Plus, get 4.25% interest for up to 48 months. You'll find a great selection of new vehicles in stock now. Take delivery today or reserve a car that's on its way. Shop online anytime at overturfkia.com. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
The best way to end your day.
That is good TV.
Friends, tonight at 11:05.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, Moscow's arrest of a California woman on charges of high treason puts a new spotlight on the steep challenges imposed by Russia's refusal to recognize almost all dual citizenships. And President Biden is looking at the possibility of taking executive action to tighten asylum restrictions as the crisis at the southern border continues. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your full weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal. The time is 6:32 on Thursday, February 22nd. Happy Friday, Junior. Let's check in right away on your forecast with meteorologist Tiffany Savona. And Tiffany, the sky is looking light and bright out there, and hopefully we get some more sun today. What are we seeing?
We're already starting to see the sky get brighter, like you mentioned. Official sunrise in about 15-20 minutes, but you can see the sky is really brightened up. We're looking at good visibility. It's a chilly start out there. Temperatures down around 35 degrees, but there's not much wind out there as we speak, so we don't have to worry about much of a wind chill. Satellite imagery showing that the white areas showing some clouds. That is the case from Toppenish down to the west of Prosser and Hermiston. The rest of us mainly clear, and we have more cloud cover along the Blue Mountains at this time. So it may be a little bit too bright out there right now, but if you get outside right now, you may be able to still spot Venus and Mars very close to one another in the southeast sky. If you can't see it because of the brightness, of the sky right now. You'll get another shot to do it tomorrow morning, and if that is the case, you'll have to do it before 6:30. Out the door, grab the warm jacket with temperatures in the 30s. Grab the sunglasses as well. It's been a while since we have been able to see that. That's what I'm trying to say there. Bus stop, make sure the kids are bundled up, but as they're heading home, temperatures will be rising into the low middle 50s. Not a bad Thursday afternoon. It's going to feel more like spring this weekend. We'll talk temperatures and have your full weekend forecast coming up. Jessica?
Thank you, Tiffany. New details about the American ballerina detained in Russia. U.S. officials say they've been denied access to Ksenia Karelina, and now her boyfriend is speaking out about why she's returned to Russia. ABC's Perry Russum has the details.
This morning, the boyfriend of Ksenia Karelina is pleading for her safe return.
It all feels like a dream, like a nightmare.
Karelina is a ballerina from Los Angeles who's a dual Russian-American citizen. She faces up to 20 years in prison after Russian authorities accused her of treason, all because she donated money, about $50, to Ukraine's war effort. Karelina's boyfriend says he bought her plane ticket to Russia for her birthday so she could visit her family.
I got a letter yesterday. I got a letter from her yesterday, but I still haven't spoken to her since the 27th of January. It's a sobby letter, like it's a romantic letter. As she's doing that, the only thing she cares about is me. Like, this is who Ksenia is. She's caring about, she's apologizing to me for putting me in this situation. She doesn't care about herself. She cares about everyone else.
The State Department says Russia has not allowed a U.S. consulate official to see Karelina.
Russia has not recognized dual citizenship, but we will pursue it in all matters where a U.S. citizen is detained.
Meanwhile, President Biden is stepping up his verbal attacks on Russian President Vladimir Putin after the death of Putin critic Alexei Navalny and the arrest of a former FBI informant with alleged ties to Russian intelligence. At a fundraiser last night, Biden called Putin a, quote, crazy SOB. Former Homeland Security official John Cohen says the Kremlin is waging a hybrid war against the U.S. well beyond the traditional battlefield.
Cyber attacks, information operations, the use of paramilitary groups in Africa and in the Middle East. He's developing relationships with countries like Iran and Syria.
Perry Russum, ABC News, Washington.
The White House is set to announce new financial penalties against Russia tomorrow. And the White House is also considering a new executive action for the southern border. The policy would make it more difficult for migrants to seek asylum if they enter the U.S. illegally. It involves an authority known as 212F. Former President Donald Trump tried to do something similar in 2018. A federal court ruled 212F authority does not override existing asylum law. It's not known how the Biden administration's action would overcome this. Also, right now, the action is only under consideration. A final decision on this has not been made. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, Caitlin Clark's apparel is flying off the virtual shelves of a popular store, with the Guard becoming the online retailer's top-selling college athlete since it began selling collegiate clothing in 2022. And looking outside, the sun is coming out a little bit more. Sunrise is exactly at 6:49 and temperature is 35 degrees. Meteorologist Tiffany Savona has your first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere, that'll be coming up soon.
Hello there, watch live with Kelly and Mark.
Weekday mornings at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Walla Walla or Richland Floor & Home.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all.
Again.
There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad, so you better act fast. Don't miss out on impressive President's Day savings.
Let's roll.
Now get 1.9% APR financing for 60 months or get $2,000 in MAC cash on the 2023 Nissan Rogue.
Hurry into the Nissan Thrill of the Drive sales event.
Did you know Ustria Health has 3 full-time board-certified orthopedic surgeons? Pain in your hands, knees, hips, or shoulders can reduce your quality of life. Orthopedic doctors repair bone, joint, ligament, and tendon injuries, which can relieve debilitating pain. Our surgeons treat tendonitis and carpal tunnel, repair broken bones and fractures, and replace painful, worn-out joints, putting you back in motion. Astria Health, exceptional rural health care close to home.
STCU and Apple Valley News Now continue to honor volunteers by sharing their stories and awarding their charities $1,000 each. If you know someone in Benton and Franklin counties who's making a difference and taking that extra step to make our communities better, please tell us about them today. Woo! Just click on Volunteers Count on the contest tab at applevalleynewsnow.com for the STCU Volunteers Count nomination form. Volunteers Count from STCU and Apple Valley News Now.
Your dream home starts at Floor & Home with Mohawk waterproof flooring made for life. You dream, we install. This is your forever floor. This month, get up to 50% off at your local Walla Walla or Richland Floor & Home.
It's a most unusual museum.
Just as wonderful as the inside is the views you can get from the outside.
High on a hill over the Columbia Gorge.
What I really love about it is the people who come.
Fly the Northwest over the Maryhill Museum. Apple Valley News Now at 6 Tuesday.
Sterling K. Brown, Danielle Brooks, Coleman Domingo.
So much talent.
Our night with the MVPs of award season. Then Joe Manganiello's dream TV gig.
I want to do this for the rest of my life.
Next Extra.
Tonight at 7:30 on Apple Valley News Now.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. University of Iowa point guard Caitlin Clark is cashing in. Apparel bearing Clark's name has become a top seller at the online retailer Fanatics. A spokesperson said the company has sold more of Clark's merchandise than any other college athlete. The Iowa Star has become an economic powerhouse, putting a spotlight on the multi-million-dollar earning potential of some athletes in a new era of profitability in college sports. The 22-year-old has signed deals with Gatorade, Nike, State Farm, and others. And those partnerships are estimated at $818,000. This comes after a 2021 Supreme Court ruling allowing college athletes to start making money off their personal brand. And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the American Academy of Ophthalmology is warning the public against 2 eye color changing surgeries that are trending on social media. We'll tell you what to look out for next. And looking outside, temperature is still 35 degrees. The clear skies, meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have more in that first alert full forecast. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Life is a whirlwind. I wish I could swim. When there's disaster to deal with, who are we?
911, what's your emergency? Help is on the way.
Now is the perfect time to get a big deal on a brand new Honda. Honda is Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com best value brand. That means deals on Pilot, on CR-V, on HR-V, on Accord, on Civic, and the rest of the Honda lineup. And right now, well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% APR financing on Accord, Civic, and CR-V. But don't wait. For big deals on America's best brand, hurry into your Southeastern Washington Honda dealer today.
Time for a new roof? Let M&M Roofing replace it with a product so good, you'll never have to replace it again. Our roofs come with the limited lifetime warranty. Never replace your roof again. And with the rain, snow, and wind comes roof damage. Don't wait till it's an emergency. Get your free roof assessment today. So if it's time for a new roof or siding, let M&M Roofing replace it with our certified installers.
Because when it's all said and done, this is the sign you'll want in your yard.
Toyota trains certified technicians. Is that important? Well, you wouldn't hire just anyone to help you move, would you?
This shortcut saves 2 hours easy. Please,
dude. No, of course not. Not again.
Toyota Service Centers. Keep your Toyota a Toyota.
Prosser Memorial Health board-certified pediatricians Dr. Dennis Moore and Dr. Gary Podolsky care for newborns through age 18 and are now accepting new patients at our Grandview and Prosser Clinic locations. Their services include wellness exams, school and sports physicals, and treatment for common childhood illnesses. To schedule an appointment for your child, call a Prosser Memorial Health Clinic near you or learn more at prosserhealth.org. This is how we care.
We're keeping our holiday sale rolling at More Furniture, and it's your chance to save big this weekend only. For 48 exclusive hours, you'll get special interest-free financing until 2026 with no money down, plus free white glove delivery, and we'll pay your sales tax. Savings like this won't last, so visit your local showroom today, only at More Furniture for less.
The news you care about most happens close to home.
Families, schools, safety.
We got it covered.
Plus, see what's coming and how it will affect you.
We're Apple Valley News Now, and we're on your side.
On your side.
We're Apple Valley News Now, always on your side. Stacy Lee, she's on your side. Apple Valley News Now First Alert Weather. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. The countdown continues. 17 days away until daylight saving time begins and we spring forward. We lose that hour. 24 days until St. Patrick's Day. 26 days until spring begins, but it's going to feel more like spring as we head into the upcoming weekend. So we get an early taste of it, which will be nice. We're taking a live look at our Dust Devils camera in Pasco there, overlooking I-182. It's a beautiful start. We're looking at a mainly clear sky this morning, and we will enjoy plenty of sunshine today. Visibility, not an issue, finally. The first morning in many days, we really don't have any fog out there. The exception along I-90 there from Moses Lake into Ellensburg. That is where a dense fog advisory is in effect until 11 o'clock this morning. So be aware of that if your travels take you in that direction this morning. Temperatures are currently sitting in the 30s. It's a little bit colder across the Yakima Valley. 29 degrees right now, 32 in Toppenish. It's 31 in Prosser, 35 in the Tri-Cities, 35 in Pendleton, and 38 degrees in Walla Walla. Here's what we could expect over the next few days. The weather patterns quieting down in the short term. We have a ridge of high pressure building in the upper levels of the atmosphere. That's going to keep us dry. That's going to keep us mild and allow us to see more in the way of sunshine today and tomorrow. Now that ridge starts to break down a little bit as we head into Saturday, as our next storm system will approach from Canada. But Saturday, we're still dry. We're still mild. That storm system starts to push into Washington as we head into Sunday night. We'll have more on that in just a second. Today, enjoy the sunshine. A mix of sun and clouds. It will be a pleasant afternoon with high temperatures climbing into the low and middle 50s area wide. Tonight, partly cloudy. Temperatures drop back down into the low and middle 30s by early Friday morning. And by Friday afternoon, we're going to do it all over again. Mix of sun and clouds, another nice day, a nice day to wrap up the work week with high temperatures climbing into the middle 50s. We are going to see mainly clear skies going into the weekend. I think Friday night, early Saturday morning, good opportunity for you to view the full snow moon. That's February's full moon, typically called the snow moon because that is the snowiest month for a lot of locations in the northern hemisphere. However, it's actually our second snowiest month here across the Columbia Basin and portions of the mountainous regions. Now, it's going to be exactly full early Saturday morning, probably before you wake up at 4:30, but it's going to appear full tomorrow night and early Saturday morning as well. So that'll be a good opportunity to check that out. Your 7-day forecast is showing that temperatures will be climbing into the upper 50s Saturday, Sunday. It's going to feel more like the middle to end of March. It'll be windy on Sunday. We'll stay dry during the day on Sunday in the Tri-Cities, but the chance for rain arrives Sunday night into the day on Monday. Yakima, low and middle 50s with the chance for rain and snow showers arriving Sunday night. And then look at those temperatures dropping into the 40s. So we will see a pattern change by next week. 52 today in Walla Walla, 53 on Friday, I should say, with a slight chance for a few rain, snow showers Sunday night, better chances on Monday. Hermiston getting close to 60 this weekend. Sunday is looking windy area-wide, and it stays breezy and it turns cooler and unsettled as we head into next week. Let's take a look at Schweitzer Mountain. Here's your ski report brought to you by Schweitzer Mountain, and you can see as we get closer to sunrise, a little bit brighter out there, very peaceful view as we look at the village there on the base. We are going to show you that ski forecast, and in Schweitzer today, there may be a little bit of rain mixed with snow. They saw a dusting overnight, nothing really. 29 degrees, it will be a cold day if you're headed up to Schweitzer Mountain today. If you're going to ski Bluewood, well, we'll stay dry. We'll see a mix of sun and clouds, 38 degrees, so not nearly as cold. And if you're going to White Pass today, they actually picked up 2 inches of fresh powder over the past 24 hours. It won't be quite as cold there either, 37 degrees. We keep it dry, but more snow in the forecast for the ski areas as we head toward the end of the weekend and early next week. Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. And a new warning about those popular eye color changing procedures. The concept is trending on social media, but it could lead to vision loss and other complications. And that's according to the American Academy of Ophthalmology. ABC's Tim Pulliam speaking with an eye doctor on the serious risks and benefits.
A new eye-popping beauty trend may be bad for your health, according to the American Academy of Ophthalmology.
There are real medical needs for these devices because there are people who really are suffering. However, the more recent buzz has been about doing it for cosmetic purposes, and that has brought up all sorts of other questions.
Researchers warning about the dangers of 2 cosmetic eye color changing procedures getting buzz on social media.
These are 2 very different procedures. The first one, iris implant surgery. We actually make an incision into the eye and then actually insert a silicone implant that has a color and mimics the color of the eye.
The second procedure is called keratopigmentation, or eye tattooing.
What we do with that, we make either manually or with a laser an incision in the cornea to create a space, and then with that we inject dye into the cornea.
Iris implants are FDA approved for patients missing some or all of the colored part of the eye because of injury or birth defect. But the AAO recommends people thinking about iris implants or eye tattooing as a purely cosmetic procedure should talk to their ophthalmologist to fully understand the risks, which doctors say can outweigh the benefits. Risks, including infection, dye leakage into the eye, and even blindness.
We're concerned about infection, light sensitivity. You're at risk for eye pressure issues like glaucoma, cataract. You can have direct or indirect damage to the cornea, and you're even at risk for loss of vision and blindness with these surgeries.
But there is a safer alternative for those who want to change their eye color.
If someone is interested in changing the color of their eyes, the safest way to do that may be with color contact lenses. If you're interested in color contacts, it's important to see your eye doctor and get prescription colored contacts.
Tim Pulliam, ABC News, Los Angeles.
I think your eye color is beautiful just the way it is. And don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with the morning sprint and a final check on your forecast. But first, here's a look at what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, for 12 seasons of The Wendy Williams Show, Wendy Williams was the queen of unflinching, unapologetic daytime gossip.
How you doing? How you doing? How you doing?
No celebrity off limits in her sometimes scorching hot topics. But this morning, the 59-year-old self-proclaimed queen of all media is herself a hot topic in a new Lifetime documentary, Where is Wendy Williams?
Some people are going to look at this and say, this is exploitation. She's being exploited. How could they do this?
Right. But I will say this, first and foremost. My aunt is the executive producer of this documentary. And she said, now is the perfect time because I want to take ownership of my story.
And coming up at 7 a.m., more of our exclusive interview with Wendy's niece, Alex Finney. With your GMA First Look, I'm Deborah Roberts, ABC News, New York.
I was stuck. Unresolved depression symptoms were in my way. I needed more from my antidepressant. Vraylar helped give it a lift.
Adding Vraylar to an antidepressant is clinically proven to help relieve overall depression symptoms better than an antidepressant alone. And in Vraylar clinical studies, most saw no substantial impact on weight. Elderly dementia patients have increased risk of death or stroke, report unusual changes in behavior or suicidal thoughts. Antidepressants can increase these in children and young adults, report fever, stiff muscles, or confusion, as these may be life-threatening, or uncontrolled muscle movements, which may be permanent. High blood sugar, which can lead to coma or death, weight gain, and high cholesterol may occur. Movement dysfunction and restlessness are common side effects. Stomach and sleep issues, dizziness, increased appetite, and fatigue are also common. Side effects may not appear for several weeks.
I didn't have to change my treatment. I just gave it a lift.
Ask about Vraylar and learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time right now is 6:54. We'll get to your first alert forecast in a moment, but we begin with a look at this morning's top stories. One person was detained at an active SWAT scene in Richland yesterday evening. Around 4 p.m., SWAT was called into two separate locations at the 2900 block of West Arrowhead Avenue. Multiple agencies assisted in trying to get the suspects out of the houses peacefully by using a PA system. One woman was detained and handcuffed at the scene, and it's unknown if the suspect with the second scene was detained or arrested. However, an SUV from the second scene was towed away. It's also unknown at this time the cause of the standoff or if anybody was injured. The ACLU has sent a letter to the Yakima City Council telling them they cannot have a strong mayor form of government. This is due to a previous ruling by a federal court judge. Yakima Mayor Patricia Byers says their concern is unfounded. Also, according to Byers, the letter they received was in response to an article published by another media outlet last month about council members' support of the strong mayor form of government. And the mayor says since there is no proposal under consideration, the ACLU will not have to take any action. The family of the restaurant owner who died after a robbery and assault at her Milton Freewater business has established a crowd-raising effort to help pay for funeral costs. Shu Yi Wu died Monday after she tried to stop the person who had stolen the drawer of the cash register. She was pushed to the ground and hit her head, and that person has not been caught yet. If you would like to leave a message for the family or donate to the funeral expenses, we have a link to the GoFundMe page on all of our social medias, as well as our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. And Badger Mountain just got a lot safer after two new AEDs were installed yesterday. AED, or automated external defibrillator, will send a shock to the person's heart that could help get it back into rhythm in the event of a cardiac emergency. Richland Fire Captain Josh Smith says it's important that people have access and know how to use an AED because those first 4 minutes are crucial. He says they'll be available for public use 24 hours a day. However, they're not trackable if they're removed from the post.
Look at this view this morning in Pasco out of our Dust Devil sky cam. You can actually see the sky as we do have just a few clouds out there across the Columbia Basin. A beautiful shot as the sun is now up. Visibility not an issue. The exception will be in Ellensburg, the Kittitas Valley, over into Moses Lake. That is where the fog is the worst or the thickest this morning. So that's right along I-90. So if your travels take you in that direction, be alert for rapidly changing visibility. Otherwise, our temperatures are dropping through the 30s. We're in the lower 30s now in the Tri-Cities. That's an update. 31 in Prosser, 32 in Toppenish, 29 in Yakima, and we're a little bit milder, if you can call it that, mid and upper 30s along the foothills of the Blues, where we did see a few more clouds overnight. Here's what you could expect today. A mix of sun and clouds in Yakima, rising to 50 this afternoon. Tri-Cities rising to 54, and Walla Walla, we actually don't have any fog out there this morning. That's a nice change with temperatures rising to around 52. Your 7-day showing we could get close to 60 as we head into the weekend. Jessica, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany, and thanks for watching Good Morning Northwest. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.